Hello everyone, it's great for me to come back to conduct Seoul Philharmonic Orchestra, this fantastic orchestra, after some cancellations which happened because of my accident. But now I am in Seoul and taking care of my two last concerts. So good to see you and welcome to listen to us. During these 2 weeks we are going to play two symphonies by Sibelius. The first week is going to be the symphony number 6, D minor or something, I will come back to that later. Then number 2, which might be the most popular of the symphonies of Sibelius. So number 6, it's chord like in D minor, but Sibelius actually used something which is much older. He used D Dorian mood, and I just play that to you because it's a little bit different. So in Finnish language we call those moods like a church music moods, and it's important for me and maybe for you also to think about how Sibelius connected his music to much older music, like even to Palestrina, doing something which is between D minor and D major. Also the character of the 6th symphony, it's so different compared to the 2nd symphony. And good to remember that Sibelius was almost 60 years old when he wrote these pieces, and he wasn't anymore the young composer as he was when he wrote the 2nd and the 1st symphony. So he has said about the 6th symphony that he always feels like there is the scent of the first snow. And then he has also said that when he got older he wanted to do music which is like music itself without too many decorations. And the way how Sibelius said that is quite interesting. He said that there are some cocktails and there are some drinks, and I'm not interested in this music of any cocktails. I would like to go back to pure water, just pure water. And I think that it's that he wanted to write something which is deep and which is like connected also during this Dorian mood to something which was here before his time. So I think that it's like it doesn't want to please the audience. It doesn't want to make those kind of corners where everybody knows that now, wow. It was more something like listening your inner voices. And that is a typical thing for the whole symphony, in my opinion. And then if we compare the 2nd symphony for the 6th, it's a piece of much younger composer. Sibelius was around 36, 37 when he wrote the 2nd symphony, and I think that there are all the emotions which are so typical for many other composers, like writing about sad emotions which are going to go to the glory and ending. People are finally happy and they are clapping their hands. It has been said often that the theme of the 2nd symphony is like, it's a story about Finland, when Finland wanted to get independence from Russia. But it's very romantic picture. Sibelius wrote the piece 1901, 1902, and the independence, of course it was in the air, but the independence finally happened 1917. And I think for me the 2nd symphony is much more about struggle, what we all like independent human beings are having our life. It's easy to say for me right now after my accident that we all have ups and we have our downs. But I believe that Sibelius wrote something we all can feel, that music is coming to me. It is saying something about maybe even of my life and giving me some consolation when I need it. But then it's leading to the better future, and so that I'm just smiling and being happy in life when the symphony comes to its end. We are going to play both concerts, both programs, only Sibelius. And there is one very interesting point, at least in my mind. We are going to play on the first week Sibelius Violin Concerto as we know it. We have a great Lisa Ba티a슈빌리 who is playing as a soloist, and I'm sure it's going to be a really memorable evening for everybody. But the specialty is on the second week we are going to play the original version of the Violin Concerto, and the soloist is going to be the Finnish Elina Vähälä. And I wanted to have that original concerto to my last program because I have learned a lot of Sibelius and about his music through the original Violin Concerto. And my story with that happened when the BIS recording company was doing the Sibelius project, and my Lahti orchestra was a big part of that, and then we wanted to do also the original Violin Concerto, and it wasn't easy because at that time family was very strict with the rights, and we asked and we organized some sort of festival so that the audience was totally aware what is the original version. And since I did it first time and I recorded with Leonidas Kavakos both of the versions, I just would like to share this experience with you, dear listeners, to find out that Sibelius wrote a very difficult concerto, and the original version is even more difficult than the last one. There are like one extra cadenza, but it tells that the composer wasn't happy about the music, even it was good. He wanted to write something which is not included well enough for the concerto. He left away, and that's why we have this final version, which is one of the best violin concertos. But there is not the final version without the first version, and I hope that you are going to come to listen how Elina Vähälä plays that piece, which is so familiar, and then it goes to somewhere else, and we all are going to be surprised in a concert, and then it comes back to the familiarity. So thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope that you are going to like and enjoy those last two concerts of mine as a music director of the Sophiahmonic Orchestra.